In this lesson, we'll learn about on-site first aid for heat stroke. Heat stroke is an acute disease caused by the body's inability to regulate temperature in a hot, humid, and poorly ventilated environment, primarily affecting the central nervous and circulatory systems. Simply put, it means the body shuts down in a hot environment, failing to regulate its temperature properly, which leads to a series of uncomfortable symptoms. When the environmental temperature is too high and the body struggles to release heat, heat stroke can easily occur. People prone to heat stroke include 1. Outdoor workers, such as construction workers, traffic police officers, and sanitation workers. 2. Individuals engaged in intense physical activity, such as athletes and military trainees. 3. Workers in high-heat environments, such as steel plant workers, boiler operators, and firefighters. 4. Vulnerable groups, such as the elderly, children, obese individuals, and those with chronic illnesses. Based on the severity of clinical symptoms, heat stroke can be classified into prodromal heat stroke, mild heat stroke, and severe heat stroke. Prodromal heat stroke. This is the initial stage of heat stroke. Symptoms include thirst, excessive sweating, dizziness, headache, limb weakness or soreness, poor concentration, and more. Body temperature is usually normal or slightly elevated, typically below 38 degrees Celsius. Mild heat stroke. In addition to the symptoms of prodromal heat stroke, the person's body temperature rises above 38 degrees Celsius and may also present with facial flushing, profuse sweating, and hot skin. Alternatively, symptoms may include cold, clammy extremities, pale complexion, low blood pressure, and an increased heart rate. Severe heat stroke. Severe heat stroke is the most dangerous stage and can be further divided into heat cramps, heat exhaustion, and heat stroke. Heat cramps. Sudden cramps and pain in the limbs, abdominal wall, or gastrointestinal muscles. Body temperature is usually normal, and there is no loss of consciousness. Heat exhaustion. Common in the elderly, children, and people with chronic illnesses. Symptoms include dizziness, headache, palpitations, thirst, nausea, vomiting, cold and clammy skin, low blood pressure, fainting, or confusion. Body temperature usually does not exceed 40 degrees Celsius. No loss of consciousness. Heat stroke. The most severe form of heat stroke with a high mortality rate. Symptoms include high fever, body temperature above 40 degrees Celsius, and loss of consciousness and mental confusion. Heat stroke can cause severe damage to multiple organs. On-site first aid measures for heat stroke. One. Stop any activity immediately. 2. Move the person to a cool place. Quickly move the person away from the high-temperature environment to a well-ventilated, shaded, or cool area. Lay the person down flat and loosen their clothing. 3. Cool the person down. Place a cold towel on the person's forehead. Wipe the body with alcohol, white liquor, or cold water, and use an electric fan to enhance heat dissipation. However, avoid rapid cooling. Once the person's body temperature drops below 38 degrees Celsius, stop fanning and applying cold water. 4. Replenish fluids and electrolytes. If the person is conscious, give them moderate amounts of fluids such as lightly salted water, washing zhengqi water, a traditional Chinese herbal remedy, and sports drinks. Avoid excessive water intake in a short period to prevent stomach discomfort or cramps. 5. Most cases of prodromal and mild heat stroke can be managed with on-site first aid. However, if severe heat stroke is suspected, continue providing emergency care and immediately call 120 to arrange for hospital treatment. If the person experiences cardiac or respiratory arrest, begin CPR immediately. Heat stroke prevention measures. 1. During hot summer months, promote awareness and education about heat stroke prevention and cooling measures. Develop and implement a heat stroke prevention plan. 2. Monitor weather forecasts and adjust daily schedules accordingly. In hot weather, try to minimize outdoor activities. Avoid prolonged exposure to strong sunlight during hot midday hours, especially between 11 a.m. and 3 p.m. It's advisable to take appropriate midday breaks, enhance personal protection by wearing a sun hat, and opt for loose-fitting, light-colored, and breathable clothing. 3. Ensure good ventilation indoors during hot weather. Eat light meals and drink plenty of lightly salted water or mung bean soup. Take showers or wipe down your body frequently. 4. If you experience early signs of heat stroke such as excessive sweating, thirst, headache, dizziness, nausea, weakness, and palpitations in a high-temperature environment, take it seriously. Immediately move to a cool, ventilated place to rest, cool down, and hydrate. 5. When working outdoors or engaging in outdoor activities, carry heat stroke prevention supplies. Avoid prolonged exposure to sunlight and ensure proper hydration. 6. After recovering from heat stroke, avoid intense outdoor activities in direct sunlight for a few weeks. Finally, let's summarize what we learned today. Heat stroke is caused by the body's heat balance being disrupted in hot, humid, and poorly ventilated environments, leading to physical discomfort. Heat stroke is classified into prodromal heat stroke, mild heat stroke, and severe heat stroke. Severe heat stroke includes heat cramps, heat exhaustion, and heat stroke. First aid measures for heat stroke include: 1. Stop any activity immediately. 2. Move the person to a cool place. 3. Cool the person down. 4. Replenish fluids and electrolytes. 5. For severe cases, call 120 immediately and transport the person to a hospital for treatment. Rapid cooling is crucial for heat stroke patients. The principle of cool first, transport quickly should be followed, ensuring cooling measures continue during transportation. By learning these measures, you can effectively prevent heat stroke, respond calmly and correctly in an emergency, and protect your own and others' health during the hot summer months.